Getting to know my students is very important. So it's just as important for you to get to know me. So my name is Janelle Kleintobe. I was born January 6th, 1980. You can do the math and figure out how old I am. And I was born in Elmhurst, Illinois. However, I've not lived in Illinois my entire life. My parents lived in Chicago for 2 years. We lived in Glen Ellen before my dad's job moved him to Denver. We lived in Denver for 2 years as well, and while there, my brother Jason was born. He was born January 24th, 1983. After that, my parents then moved to Edmonds, Washington, which was a suburb of Seattle. I went to school there from kindergarten to the middle of 4th grade when my parents decided to move in the middle of 4th grade. We moved out to Snohomish, Washington, where I ended up graduating from high school, but it was kind of like moving from Bolingbrook to DeKalb. Snohomish was definitely in the middle of nowhere. There was cow fields and horses, and everybody lived in the country, so it was a lot different than where we had originally lived. Here's what downtown Seattle looks like. We have the Space Needle, and then other things you can see, Safeco, where the Seahawks and the Mariners play. So it's really pretty. My husband and I actually were engaged at the top of the Space Needle. When I was in high school, I used to ride horses. One was when I was younger, and then I used to do 3-day eventing. So those are the other 3 pictures where you jump over big logs and through water and all sorts of things. So I did that through college. When I started having to pay for it, then I did other things that were less expensive. This is what Christopher Reeves, who played Superman, this is what he was doing when he ended up dying. I went to school at Western Washington University, started college in the fall of 1998. I knew from the beginning that I wanted to be a teacher, so I studied English, and then I continued studying Spanish from when I had studied in high school. I actually studied abroad for a semester in Sevilla, Spain, which was an amazing experience. And I graduated in December of 2001, so I actually finished in 3.5 years because I wanted to be done with school. So it is possible. These are some of my pictures from Spain. We went to see the windmills in Toledo. We saw the Alhambra in Granada. There's a bullfight. That's a really interesting experience. It's more like kind of like a football game or a soccer game. Everybody's cheering for their favorite matador to kill the bull. So it's definitely an interesting experience, and one, if you ever get the chance, it would definitely be something to do. Got married in 2004 to my husband Brandon. We got married in Omaha, so those are some of our pictures of our wedding day. Then we had our son, Cameron, June 3rd, 2008. So those are some pictures when he was a baby. And then some more pictures of Cameron. Cameron is going into 3rd grade, so he's really excited. He loves baseball and chess and everything science and math. Then May 18th, 2011, we had our daughter, Parker. She was supposed to be born on May 13th, which was a Friday, but complications happened with my husband, which is another story that I will tell at another time. But there's Parker. She's interesting, sassy little girl. She loves dancing and dolls and gymnastics and all sorts of things girly. So there she is on her 5th birthday getting her American Girl doll. She's starting kindergarten this year, and she gets to go to Disney World for an entire week with Grandma and Grandpa in October. So she's really excited for that. Some more pictures of the family. My husband and I love to travel, visiting different places, and the kids, we went on 3 vacations this summer, 2 to Wisconsin and once to Missouri. So we get around a lot. We've been to DC lately and Michigan. We also bought a new house this summer, so we moved from Romeoville to Bloomingdale. So we've had fun getting settled in the house this summer. Teaching experience. I did receive my master's in teaching in 2003 before I started teaching. And that first year I taught 9th and 12th grade English outside of Seattle. Before then I moved to Bolingbrook to teach here. For my first year, I taught bilingual science at Brooks Middle School, so I taught 6th, 7th, and 8th graders science, but I had to teach them in Spanish. So it was definitely an interesting experience. After that, I moved to the high school, and since I've been here 11 years, I've taught 10 standard, 10 essentials, writing for college, junior English, and 11 AP. The class I like the most is 11 AP, but I also love 10th graders, and they're kind of my favorite. The group that I dislike the most are 9th graders, so that is the one group I've never really taught. In 2011, I received my national board certification, so it was a pretty large year-long process. Quite a few teachers have continued to go on it. I'm one of 1% of teachers in the country who've received this. And then I also have my master's in educational administration, which I received in 2013. I love to read outside of school. I love to sew, watch movies, hang out with my family. So that's a little bit about me, and I look forward to getting to know each of you as we go through the school year.